Hello and welcome back. My name is Manuel Heredia and this is part 3 of Mini Paper Adventures. Today we're building the body of the robot. It's a very straightforward process and you will only need a hex key and the tool provided in the kit. So let's get started. Let's start building the front part of the robot body. We will first attach the hip assemblies that we built in part 2 to the middle frame, which is this part here. The side with the slot should face upward and there is a groove where the servos fit that should look backwards. So if this is the front left and this is the front right hip assembly, then the middle frame part goes like this with the slot on top and the groove facing backwards so that the servos sit properly in the groove like this. So this we just need to fix it with 2 screws, so nice and simple, and then we will feed the cables through the slot to keep them nice and tidy. Cable management is important because it will get very crowded inside the robot body. Okay, so then we repeat the process for the second servo. Note also how I have labeled all the cables for easy identification. Okay, so we fix the 2 screws and then we later on will feed the cables. I insist on paying attention to the orientation of the middle frame because it is possible to attach it incorrectly. And then you will probably notice at the end when you are trying to fit the top and bottom plates and you will be forced to retrace your steps and disassemble everything to correct it, which is not very nice. Okay, so after we finish with the middle frame, then we install the forward frame, which is the part where later we will have to install as well the LCD. This part has 2 inserts already pre-installed and they require 3mm screws, which we can attach using the hex key as I am showing here. One last push like this and here like this. Okay, so this is it for the front part of the body. So next we will do the rear part of the body and the process is very similar. So we start by attaching the servos to the middle frame. This part is identical to the one we use for the front part of the body. Again, I repeat, please pay attention to the orientation. The slot for cable management should be on top. And we need to make sure that the servos are sitting on the proper groove. Okay, then we again take care of feeding the cables through the slot so we keep them nice and tidy, and we repeat the process with the rear right hip assembly like this. We fit it in position and then we attach it with the 2 screws. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, the process is really straightforward. There is no complication besides taking care of the orientation of the middle frame part, which is really the one that can be a bit confusing. Okay, now we're done and we need to feed the cables through the slot like this. There you go. And now we check again the orientation. This is the left side, this is the right side. So the rear part goes like this, okay? Here, and for the front and rear plate, pay attention that the bearings are in the lower part of the should be in the lower part. Okay, so we fix it with the 3mm screws like we did before, using the hex key. Here we need one last push, and here a bit more. This one last push. Okay. Right, so with this we have finished the rear part of the body. And next we will install the bottom plate. So for this we need to turn around. This is the rear part, and this is the front part. And this is the bottom plate. We will use 8 screws to fix it. And we just need to pay attention that the square hole is facing forward. So we put it in place. For instance, starting with the rear part, we will attach it with 4 screws. 2, 3, and 4. And then we attach the front part of the body to the bottom plate using the other 4 screws. Nice and straightforward. Okay, so finally we need to install the top plate. But first we will attach 4 spacers in the proper holes, which are these holes here around the big square hole. And this is where we will later install the electronic board. And 4. And then we will attach the top plate with the big square facing forward, like this. Okay, so we need to feed the cables through this hole in the middle, and then we just need to attach the top plate to the body using 8 screws. Nice and simple. So as I promised, the process is very straightforward. You should not have any difficulties. Okay. And one more, last one. There you go. We have finished the body of the robot. Okay, we just move the cables aside, and beautiful. Okay, so this is it. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video.